Hey everybody, Super Strider here, and welcome back. There's an echo, let's turn that back down. Welcome back to me test playing my game I'm building in Zelda Classic. Yeah, ignore that. Okay, I'm going to copy this file right here, because I also need to show this current progress to my professor, actually in game, and I'm just going to be. Yeah, you don't need. The rest of you guys don't care about this, but now that I have a setup for this that actually works correctly, or better recording correctly, this is going to be. Right now. I'm actually recording this and recording the audio while it's listening to me talking. I can words good, but. Basically, some major changes, or some major modifications and changes and stuff like that, mainly within the drop rates of the enemies. Which you're noticing now that all the Magret soldiers have a higher chance of dropping money, because, well, you're going to be needing it later. Particularly so because I want to showcase one of the newest additions that I've added, so let's get on over there, shall we? And I've also fixed a bunch of bug fixes. My friend Seth, who streamed this like a couple weeks ago, found a major bug in my second level, which I never even thought of, and basically sequence broke it. and then his computer crashed because, well, his camera made his computer crash. Ow, I can't hit. Swing! But basically, in other news, progress was slowed as of last week, if you've been following me on Twitter, because of, I had a paper I had to write. And for those of you who watched me on YouTube, you know what it was! Because I did that interview with Hart D. Fisher, owner of American Horrors, as well as Boneyard Pretz, and all the other cool stuff that he did in the past. Which, if you haven't watched that, go do so. And respect the word of Hart. But yes, and then I had to write my paper on that, which I just submitted online yesterday. And I got that class tonight. But first, we're actually showing you some of the new areas that I've added. First things first. This area. There's a secret right here. But I'm going to wait till after I've pretty much spent my money to utilize it. You'll see what I mean. And our first new extra area, which is the General's Place. Which is basically a gigantic store. So you can actually stock up on stuff. Which actually tells you stuff that you need to know. Or, well, there are a few items that are required have to be bought here. And there's a reason why I've upped the item or the money drop rates. So, I really suck at just doing this by just talking by myself. Because, well, let's face it, I suck at Let's Plays. When I don't have someone else to talk with. But here's another chance you can win money. But I'm at max, but, oh well. And I just lost $10. But you can actually gamble here, and it's just basically... It's basically random. I can't words again. That is no good. But here's one of the major things I wanted to show off. First is the equipment upgrades. So... Armor upgrade. Now I take half damage. Or armor upgrade level 1. So, and here's some other upgrades. Which this right here, by the way, will come into play for level 4. You'll need that for level 4, but I haven't started working on level 4 yet. I don't have enough money to stock up on any of the other items, but I'll fix that remedy really soon. And here's the enemy bait item here, which is counterfeit money, which will also be needed later on. But I don't think I'll put that bribery type thing into level 4. I already have a few other ideas for level 4, as well as level 3, which we'll eventually get to once I'm finished grinding for monies. Yeah. Ow. Ow. Why you hurt so much? And after I buy the sword, then I'll show you what that does, because of what that room is for. You'll see when I get there. Now you got bombs. Like, I point at the TV, but you can't see it, so why even bother? But this is one of the areas that I've been working on here, as well as the water down here. This screen right here, it's black or gray over there because this area is still under construction. And, well, I should probably modify this tile right here. Eventually, you're going to need to have the grappling hook to get across this chasm. But these screens are not finished yet for the sole purposes, but then again, you don't need to get here until after level 4. So it's just showing you that area right now. And here's a little hut. There's a chasm that recently formed to the southeast, and it's possible to cross without a grappling hook. But I can't remember exactly where to find one around here, other than that you need to be able to swim in order to get there. There's a hint for level 4. And we're now walking through a park, because I actually put this together and made it all nice and pretty and green. And obvious hidden secret is obvious! You see me here. Got that? Take this and keep your mouth shut. So, if you don't have enough money to buy some of the upgrades that you need, there you go. It gives you a chance so you can actually, if you want to suit up for a level 3, you can. Ow. Ow. So, I'm heading back to the store real quick. Oh, and another thing is, I'm going to be having a special piece of music going to be written for, and it's going to take place of when you clear a dungeon and you get the soul gem piece. Instead of the stock Zelda fanfare that comes with it, he's actually going to be making one for me, and I don't know if he's going to charge me or not as of yet. If he charges me like about 20 bucks or like about 10 bucks to make it like a 5-second jingle, yeah, I'll pay him for his work. But I don't know what the details is. But he said he'd do it for me, so that sound's gonna be replaced, and you'll probably see that when I release the video when I get level 4 done. Okay, so now that we've bought the upgraded sword, which is the machete. And you don't really need anything else at this point. Well, I can get some stuff. But I want to show you this room first. Hey! Don't you know vandalism is a crime? Why are you placing bombs all over the place? Are you crazy or something? Expect you to pay for the damage to this building that you caused. Maybe that will teach you. Pay me for the door repair charge room. So, a secret that actually punishes you if you try to expose it. So now I have to restock on on money, because I want to also show you, because I've also installed, or I also have the crossbow item, and I can go and get that now, well, soon. But first, I need to grind for money again, so. Ow. Oh, flashbang. So I'm going, or like, since I'm going to be, it's going to take me a little bit to do this, I'm going to pause it right now, as soon as I find the remote so I can pause this. And we'll cut back to this when I have it. This remote doesn't work. Where's the other one? Ah, there it is. So, yeah, I'll see you in a jump cut. With me, it's probably going to be about 10 minutes. So, be back. And we're back! Whoa, I gotta turn that back down. Because I'm getting echo. That didn't take nearly as long as I thought, but I figured I would just spare you the amount of time that would take. It's just me grinding for money, so... And you don't need the crossbow to get to even complete level 3, but since you can get it, I might as well have it now just to show it off. But it's not necessary at this point. Not until like level 4 or 5, I think. But I just I don't know how to talk, and I suck at jokes. But the purpose is, or like, well, since I have enough gold, I have enough money to I am twisting over my words again. I have enough money to get it. I want to show you it. And oh yeah, useful item, or useful tip in here. In this room, you notice that there are power crystals in the center. Or energy crystals, or whatever I called them back in the tutorial video. That's the color that gets activated by the crossbow. So basically, that's telling you, hey, you need to do this. Alright, and now the crossbow. What sucks is you need all 3 parts, but I'm making it so that they're overall together, it's not that much. And I do love the fact that I can use L and R to actually cycle without having to go to, having to go to the sub-screen. But there we go. We now have crossbow bolts. We can now use the crossbow as a weapon. And I need to modify these magrets as drop sets so they actually drop crossbow bolts. But at this time, at the time of this recording, I have done so, but I will be doing that soon. Bye. Okay, now since we got this done, now I'm going to show you the rest of this area that I've got finished. Before we go to the... yeah, let's take a look where I haven't gone yet. I love that. I love having to look at the map. Ooh. Oh. You guys didn't see that. Okay, there we go. So this just allows me to show off this area, or the screens that I have gotten finished, and this will help me keep track. Because this area is nice and green because it's a central park. Not a whole lot else here yet, is secret-wise or puzzle-wise. Because this is just a big exploratory area, you can just go around and wander around a bit. Just grind if you need to. Just to scratch that itch of actually beating enemies. And now we can see, which I need to fix that placeholder texture for the fireballs from the guys who are in the boiling water. But yeah. We can't go over there yet, but there are actual screens over there that are complete. It's just that I can't swim, so we don't get to look at those at the time being. And I don't think I'll be getting the, no, don't continue. I don't think we'll be getting the diving gear in this video. Because that just takes a lot more grinding, and I don't want to do that, at least on camera. Because that would defeat the purpose of these videos. It's just to showcase what I've got done so far. And we're approaching the next area. This actually looks really nice because I have this hooked up to my TV while I'm recording. For some reason I feel it easier. A nice feeling. And this is a reference, or well, you'll see for right now because, or well, later. This is a prelude to what to expect. Level 3 is anything but nice. And there's one screen in particular that I had to create just to point something out, because I know most new gamers nowadays would get frustrated with this place. Area 3, Distortion. Now, there's a reason why this place is called Distortion. And this is also the first dungeon where I created the palette myself. Or using the palette level editor or whatever thing, because I didn't like the pre-fab choices that came with it. I'm like, I want something different than the drab colors that normally go. Let's go purple. Because, why not? And this screen! This is going to tell you what you need to expect in this place. I sense something. It feels like the space is warped here. I better be careful so I don't get lost. I should probably also take note of anything suspicious in the rooms ahead. The trick to this place is... well, I'll show you, because I'll purposely get the room wrong. Or this room wrong. I'll explain the gimmick once I clear this room. And open the doors. Whoosh, whoosh. And I also discovered something useful, because when Seth streamed it, apparently within the engine, there is a fast-forward button. And I hope I don't cause any scratching or whatever for pressing the keyboard. But yeah, I'm just showing you that, but I'm only going to be doing it once because for the sake of this video. I'm going to take the wrong path immediately. The gimmick here is, if you go the wrong way, you go back to the start. But that room that tells you about it, or like about paying attention for anything suspicious, each room has something in it that clues, or gives you a clue as to what the correct path is. And I've even had my friends guess this while I was test playing it yesterday. I actually presented them with the rooms and asked them which is the correct path. Now, this room is the first one. It's pretty obvious. If you haven't figured out that I have to go left by now, you really need help. I can only push these power cells left. Left is the path I have to go. So, let's go left. And the other gimmick is, even when you access the map, it doesn't help. Oh, and be careful of the red slimes. They will dissolve your shield because they are made of acid. Die. Okay. While I'm finishing this off, have you guys figured out which direction I need to go? This is another obvious one. There's your clue. The only wall with lights. Here's level 3, or the next room. That's relatively easy. Okay, this one's a bit more subtle, and I don't know if it comes out pretty well on this screen, but if you're looking at it through the keyboard, or through an actual PC monitor, look at the vines. You can't see well in this because of the compression on this video, but these vines actually do have purple flowers on them. These ones do not. So I go up. Next room. Oh! I lost the shield. There goes my shield. This one's a bit more tricky as to which direction it is. But then again, if you actually pay attention, it's pretty obvious. So let's get the doors open, shall we? Okay, which door do you think that I should go? That I should take, audience? If you guessed the left door, you're correct! Gee, I wonder where I'm supposed to go here! Oh, I can't block their swords now. I have to go down. Okay, this room's a doozy, and I still have to fix that texture with the animation of the fireballs that they're shooting. Okay. There we go. Now, this room's a bit tricky. Let me solve the puzzle first. And the doors are open. Now, which direction do you think I go? If you guessed up, you're wrong. These power cells being pushed up is to mislead you. The correct response is look around the doors. The south door is the only one without any vines growing on it. So I go down. Okay. In this one, it doesn't matter which way you go. Because if you go left, or left, if you go right, you'll hit a dead end, but you can go back into this room. First, you have to go down. Because there's an item in here that you need to get. And let me deal with these maggot blades. Ow, 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 ow. Need to use a med kit. So let's go get it first. And you probably can't see that well on this screen, but we has the hammer! Stop! Hammer time! We has the sludge hammer item now. So now... Oh, I gotta fix that. That needs to be fixed, but... Dark room. Let me light it up. Gee, I wonder where I'm supposed to go, because the other path... Other ways take you back to start. But there is a reason you want to come in here. Ow. The GPS was dropped. Though that fat lot of good, that helps you. Even the GPS is like, I don't know where I'm going, man! And this room will have the USB drive. Once I destroy these hunters. And there's the USB drive. And that's where I have to go. That's actually, that destination right there is actually correct. Now, you have to go back to start. And get back to that room all over again. But luckily, this area works just fine. Alright. And I gotta do these again. So, to save you the trouble, I'm waiting on me, so I'm just gonna pause it here, pause the recording here, and I'll be back when I'm back at that room. If that made sense. So, I'll see you in a bit. We're back! That didn't take very long. But I'd rather save you guys the trouble of watching me just go through those rooms again. And now we go this way. Ow. And I've been using my hammer on everything because it's stronger than my sword at this point. And ow again, I forgot I can't block. And gee, I wonder which way I have to go here. There's one way, it's pretty obvious. But first... another get money room. That's in the dark. Let me get rid of this guy who looks a lot like Duke Nukem. And you can get a lot of money, but since I'm already close to my max, I'm just going to leave that alone. There you go, and you got to pound those steaks, or those giant nails. Okay. This one's a bit more subtle in which way you have to go, but this block puzzle is not misleading you in any way this time. And you guys can figure out which way I have to go once I solve this, okay? So while I'm doing this, you guys do that. And point to the screen which door you think I have to take. And if Seth is watching, which he probably is, he'll probably recognize this puzzle layout because I have borrowed it from him. Because he actually is really good at making block puzzles. Particularly one that drove me insane back in the day, which will show up later on in the game because it's so ingenious and so difficult, but it does have a solution. And the correct path, if you said left, you're right. Let's see where we are. And no gimmick here in this area other than just a simple maze you have to go through. That's in the dark. But there's no wrong path, or well, there's no paths around here that'll send you back. I'll use my med kit because I won't need them for the boss in this dungeon because the boss you do not fight. The boss is because I have to have because levels 1 and 2 were sorely lacking in puzzles. I wanted this area to be a complete another puzzle in and of itself, with its own layout as well as how the boss works. Setting things on fire. And in the final stretch, if you go the wrong way, you get sent back to this maze instead of back to the start. Which is why you see those one-way shutters there. And here's a much more complex room. With a puzzle I completely devised myself. Which has a relatively simple solution. But the correct path that you have to take in this room is very subtle. So much so that I've even had a few of my friends, I asked them which way they were supposed to go in this room, and they've gotten it wrong. I've stumped my friend Job, who is basically a mathematician. So a really intelligent and smart guy. And he couldn't figure out what it was until I pointed it out to him. But this type of room layout, there is a clue, but it's very subtle, like I said. Then let me solve this. Yeah, let me shove it over here. Okay. Now, man, that flashing is getting annoying because of that flashbang. Okay. Now, which door did you think I'm supposed to go to? If you guessed right, you're correct. The clue is the tiles here are different. And this border right here is meant to obscure it. So you only see a small fraction of them. I'm seeing only 2 pixels of the width of that area. And last room, right before the boss. And another flashbang. So let me solve this puzzle first. And you can only see the correct path when the room is lit. Which is actually kind of a nice touch. This block puzzle right here is a simple logic puzzle. With a relatively simple solution. As long as you don't screw up, you'll be fine. And there's a block right there. Okay, now the doors are open. The trick here is, in front of each door, there's a conveyor belt. But the only correct one actually pushes you in the direction you need to go. And now we're at the boss area. We're near the end. And if you've been looking online, you'll probably know who this character is if you see my DeviantArt. But I'm not going to explain it other than that. Basically, it's my character's partner. And this is her cameo. I've been waiting for you. The distortion in this area was my doing. Forgive me, but I needed to test you to see that you're ready. Hope that you didn't get lost on the way. It was important to see how your mind worked. Now I know that you're seeking the soul gem fragments, and I do have one in my possession. However, I still have one task for you. Answer a series of riddles. Why? To see if you're capable of lateral thinking when it comes to obtuse questions. This is a test of your mind. The rules are simple. Answer correctly and advance onwards. Answer incorrectly and return here to start over. To answer, step on the indicated tile. You can also use the escape tile to send you back to the entrance of the area, should you wish to leave. Now take the key and proceed. I wish you luck. Get the boss key, now proceed to the boss area. Since I've actually changed the boss music now, we're going to let this play, so you can listen to it. Yeah, more RPG Maker ones, but this is actually really good. Here's the first quiz. A box without hinges, key or lid, yet golden treasure inside is hid. What am I? And here's you have to actually you get a multiple choice. A question mark block, if you play Mario, you know what that is. An egg or a skull. So if you guess wrong, I'm going to show you what happens when you guess wrong. You get teleported back here. If you use the escape button, which I am not doing, you get sent back to the beginning of the dungeon. Okay, so treasure without... Well, I'm not going to repeat the quiz, but if you've read the... if you're familiar with your Tolkien lore, this is one of the riddles that Bilbo Baggins was presented by Gollum, I believe, or was it the other way around, when they were discussing about the... It's one of the riddles from The Hobbit. And the correct answer is an egg. Give me food and I will live. Give me water and I will die. What am I? A, fire, B, a cactus, or C, a person? Some of these questions will seem, or like with some of these answers will actually seem kind of fit, but they're designed to mess with you also. So the correct response here is fire, which if you give it fuel or food, or in this case food, it will continue to burn. If you give it water, you extinguish it. I can run but not walk. Wherever I go, thought follows close behind. What am I? An idea, a river, or a nose? Okay. This one's a little bit more obtuse. Have you guessed the answer? A nose. I am weightless, but you can see me. Put me in a bucket, and I'll make it lighter. What am I? Smoke, a hole, or a balloon? Okay, C is the one that's incorrect right there. I just thought it would be funny to put that in there. But smoke or a hole, both are weightless, but you can see them. But only one will make the bucket lighter, and that is a hole. At night, they come without being, and by day, they are lost without being stolen. What are they? Stars, wishes, dreams. Care to guess the answer to this? This is a trick question, and that both A and C, stars and dreams, are the correct response. So it doesn't matter which one you pick of the two, you get the question right. B is the incorrect response, we'll just send you back to start, so let's just pick C. All about but cannot be seen. Can be captured, cannot be held. Nor throat, but can be heard. What is it? Wind, bacteria, or darkness? The answer is wind. Glittering points that downward thrust. Sparkling spears that never rust. What is it? Rain, snow, or an icicle? Snow follows precipitation, but it's not really spears when you think about it. Rain, when falling at a very heavy enough rate, does look like miniature spears when it's coming from the sky, but they do not glisten. The correct response here is an icicle, because, well, they're like miniature spears. I never was, am always to be. No one ever saw me, nor ever will. And yet I am the confidence of all to live and breathe on this terrestrial ball. What am I? The response is tomorrow. And here we come to this one I threw in as an Easter egg. You're in a dark cave which you can only crawl. Your hands must be used to keep your balance. Your only source of light is a glowing gem in your pocket. What do? Hold the gem in your hand, place the gem on the ground in front of you, or put gem in mouth. Now if you've played Space Quest 2, you know what the answer is. And this is a riddle my friend came up with, or, well, he told me, he heard it when he was a kid, but actually was really clever. A man lives in a house with 4 walls. Each wall has a window, and when he looks out of each, he faces south. What color is the bear outside his window? Brown, white, or hot pink? Yeah, hot pink is the joke answer here. But think about the question. He's in a house with 4 walls. Each wall has a window. When he looks out each window, he always faces south. Now, there's only one place on the face of the planet where this can happen. That is the North Pole. What color is the bear outside? What type of bear only exists in extremely cold climates? Sure, they don't exist in the actual physiological North Pole, but it fits in this sort of scenario. Polar bears only exist in very cold climates, so the correct answer is white. And that was the last question. The last question is actually a pretty good riddle. Well done! You're as smart as I thought. I'm glad. Now take the fragment and make sure that he doesn't get his hands on it. Who is he that I keep referring to? Who is he? It keeps in quotations. Well, he is going to be the final boss in the game, and I'm not going to explain that else. Not much else. Basically, basically, he looks like the main character, but it dresses completely differently and is basically evil. And now we are at the end! I have no idea how long this recording's been going on. And since we've now completed this area, I can go and get the debit card, since I have enough good money to do so, but I'll do that off camera. So, thank you guys for watching. One bit of final news that I just found out over the weekend, or, well, I found out yesterday, actually, that got leaked online, and if you saw me on Twitter, I was actually kind of happy about it, because some of you guys know I'm a brony. And with the release of the Tribute Edition of My Little Pony Fighting is Magic, I'm going to be bringing my laptop to the school tomorrow, as of this recording, hooking it up to the big TV, and having people play it. And that's my major plan that I have set aside for tomorrow. And while everyone else is playing it, I'm going to work on the level design at level 4, at least on the paper side, because the way I do these or set up these things, I'll just keep talking while I'll just go get the debit card. The way I plan out these dungeon layouts, I actually do this on a sheet of graph paper and plan out the entire room layout and how it's supposed to work. Of where you're supposed to go, which room has what, and basically it. And, well, the one for level 3, the dungeon itself is relatively small, because it doesn't have nearly as many rooms as you did in level 2, but there's more backtracking, as well as the fact that if you take the wrong path or guess the area or direction wrong, you get punished by getting sent back to the start. So the trade-off is the level is actually theoretically shorter, but you'll be forced to repeat it if you guess it wrong. And this is to see if you can actually encourage, or basically peers into how my brain works. Where if you just, I can words good. I can words good well. But, ow. I'm just going to go get the card right now, because I will need it later for the access level 4. But the way level 3 works is actually rather ingenious, where you have to use your mind, or basically, it relies on looking at, or just basically analyzing your surroundings. You're not given a clear destination, which is one of my major pet peeves of modern gaming nowadays, where you're just given a point to where you have to go, and you just go there, no questions asked. You just have a pointer on your map that says, you need to go here. Level 3 is a break from that, where there is no clear destination unless you're observant. And we're going to end this video with me grabbing the card, so I'll see you guys next time. This is Super Strider signing off. And bye.